Hey everybody, this is Patrick, and you're listening to Runway, the podcast for everyone living life's great adventure.
Live recorder. It's on. Voice recorder. Test. Oxygen.
Alright, so let's talk about terroir. Sense of place. It's not something that I was really even familiar with until I started working in retail and began selling, among many other things, wine. Well, terroir refers to sense of place with regard to wine in just how it tastes. The soil, you can taste the environment, all sorts of other things. But I've realized that terroir is actually really important in areas having nothing to do with wine. And we're coming up to Jacksonville, Alabama. And the trail here is actually closed. There were some sinkholes that opened up, and you probably can't see it, but there's a truck 300 yards down this trail. So I have to turn and do this. So I'm actually going to mess with this camcorder. There we go. We're good now. I had it locked on one of the axes so it wasn't turning when I turned the handle. Instead of going back down that trail, I'm going to just see what's out here. And yes, there will be cars passing me, and yes, somebody's probably going to notice that I'm recording, but who cares? Who really cares? So here's some of that corn that I was talking about. Beautiful corn, right? That's not the field. We're out on this road now. But we're going to see just what this has to offer. You know, this is small town Alabama, and I love it. I grew up in small town New England, and I love it. There's always so much to look at. I mean, even the road. Of course, the light just went away, but just I've watched that for hundreds and hundreds of miles, just running on the shoulder of a road. So while there may not be anything special about this, there is, if you start looking. You know, this little house here, little cabin, somebody's pride and joy, no doubt. We are coming up to an intersection, and we're going to pass this here in a second. I learned early enough on, you run on the left side of this road, or any road. And it's interesting, you are currently watching me learn how to do this. At some point, I'll probably do this and turn the camera around. I don't know if I ever want to do this. I imagine you'll probably want to see shots of me occasionally. I don't know. Somebody who actually does that could probably tell me. But just these little leafy green plants here. You know, as a kid growing up, I'd walk around the woods and explore just the different plants growing near my house. I remember pulling leaves apart, shredding them and smelling them, and occasionally putting something in my mouth. You know, just wanting to experience the terroir. Now, what bothers me is all the trash that gets thrown down in the gutter. Probably more accurately, it blows down in there. But I mean, listen to the birds. You're probably not going to see, but maybe a glimpse of those birds. But there's something beautiful That is a new word, folks, coined here, beautiful. Beautiful about desolation. And desolation doesn't have to be burnt out, bombed, and destroyed. It can just mean quiet, untouched, left alone. And I think that's really important to find those places and enjoy them. Do I wish I had a lot more endurance so that I could just run for 30 or 40 miles and enjoy the terroir? Absolutely. But right now, I don't need to think about what I can't do. I'm focusing on what I'm enjoying. You know, our brains are really interesting and unique. They adapt so well. When I record strictly audio, I'm thinking in terms of what you're hearing me say. And as soon as I've got this video camera going, something automatically just went towards narrating what you're watching as opposed to describing it, you know? It just kind of assumes that you can see what I'm talking about. So that's probably going to do it. You know, I didn't have much of an agenda other than to come out, to run, to not get hit by a car, and just kind of unload, you know, in a very positive way.